wish this wasn't so difficult. I don't know how guys do it with their phone in their pocket, but okay. It's the only other place I can put it that I don't lose the thing, although I don't really need a map right now. Oh well, I need to remedy that. I seriously do. Alright, there we go. Much better. And go on. See? That works. Oh, you want to learn how to do it? No problem. Come with me and I'll show you. I thought you said you wanted to learn how to do it. Well, come on.
Hey, howdy. Welcome back to Liz Handcrafted. And if you have ever been here before, hello, how are you? I'm Liz. I need my top-down camera. Today, I want to talk to you about something that I've been doing for a while, and it's super cool. Now, all right, I'm going to show you how to put that pocket on your jeans, and it's not that hard, okay? So, you saw what it resulted in. What it is, basically, is this. See? Now, I'm right-handed, so it's basically just an extra pocket. Let me button this so it sits right. It's just an extra pocket on the side of your jeans. See? That's all it is. Now, I space mine. I'm going to show you what I look at when I do this. Pretty much any pair of jeans that I find comfortable and that I want to wear a bunch, I do this too. So what I do basically is I take my jeans and set them about where my jeans normally set, and then I put my hand down. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but basically it's right about where my fingers touch the side of my jeans. That's where my vase is. Now, it does vary for different kinds of jeans, so you just do what you need to do. But here's reality. Your hand, almost every time I've done this, it's literally ended up right about the bottom of the regular jean pocket. Now, I've did this one already to show you how it should end up. Okay? Now, are you ready for this? I'll show you how I got there. Okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because you're not going to regret doing this. Let me tell you, the number of times that I went into places, public places with any more than one person usually, and I take my phone out of that pocket on the side of my jeans, they're like, did those come that way? Did you do that? And yeah. And they're like, man, I wish I could do that. Here's reality. You can. Pocket right there. I'm right-handed. I put it on my right side. It's pretty simple. Now, how did I get there? Okay. Those are done. What I have is, I really need to cover that blade. Because I know that one's a sharp one. What I have, that literally was a pocket off of an old pair of jeans. I used my X-Acto knife, which only because I can't find my seam ripper. And I've got a brand new one, and it's like cuts like butter. So I took that off. There's that. And I have another pair to put them on. It's very, very simple. Very simple. Okay. So I'm talking about, now I'll probably edit this to where it's a heck of a lot faster because nobody wants to watch a person ripping stuff out. That's no much fun. You just stress that a little bit and kind of, if you have a seam ripper, you're just going to go in and slice. But these are old jeans, so I'm veering toward the denim of the old material because I don't want holes in the pocket. I want the pocket hole, as in like still good. The English language, isn't it fun? The hardest part is literally all that extra seaming on the top. And by the way, this part up here, y'all, that is on the pocket. It's not actually going through the jean. You would think that that's a reinforcement going through. It's not. It's just decoration. See, I just put a hole in the jean. But it doesn't really matter because I don't care about the jeans. It is interesting how I have a lot harder time when the camera turns on. Alright, but what you also will realize is both of these seams that are all the way around this pocket, they're both real seams. Okay, so you do need to deal with all of that. But just a decent pair of scissors, X-Acto knife. By the way, you can pick up a decent X-Acto knife even at Dollar Tree. Now, granted, the blades on those, see there it is. It's finally giving way. And when I'm putting stress on it, basically all you're doing is sliding across because it's a good blade. There's a lot of extra sewing going on there. I'm going to try to get some of it off anyway. Because I don't need my needle to have to go through all of that. I'm cutting away from myself at this point because I know that that thing's going to give way at some point. It does figure that as soon as I turn on the camera, I have more problems than I do any other time. That's okay. We like to see real, don't we? I hope so, because that's where we're at. Gotta be careful, because I don't want this top piece to get messed up. Reality is I probably have another pair of jeans with additional pockets that I could rip off if I totally bought it. But I didn't. Okay. Put that aside. Now, we got a whole bunch of extra threads and stuff that we need to get rid of. You don't want that in your sewing. Now, be aware that, so you want to make sure these lines, these top lines, they stay there. But you want to get rid of the other stuff. Boy, these ones want to hold on. Boy. There we go. There we go. Now we got it. There we go. See all those little pieces that are coming out? Now, take note, you don't want to, if you want to make it look nicer, try to match the thread that's coming out of it. Or at least match the thread that's on the jeans that you're going into. I basically just pulled up some gold top thread. The back thread really doesn't matter that much because nobody's going to see it. But I'm just picking that off. There we go. That one piece just wants to... Okay, now see you got a bunch of extra stuff there. And who knows what your pockets that you turn off come out like with, or turn out like. This doesn't know. You never know. I'm just going to shake that off. Now granted, this is my sewing room, my vacuum, and I know what's going to happen there. If you're in another situation, make sure you just pick off the threads. You don't want those on your end product. They just don't look good. Now, I've got a bunch of extra little threads. So we're done with that pair of jeans. I need a pair of scissors. I'm being careful because I still have stuff up there. I haven't finished all my beading. And if you missed my beading video, go check it out if you're interested in doing stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. It's very challenging tech-wise. It really gave me some issues, but it was a lot of fun creating that stuff. Okay, now, this is how I do it from here, right? Are you ready for this? It's super simple. So I know already that I want this thing just barely below my back pocket and on the right side. So I check to see it's on the right side. You got a seam going down the end. I literally, okay, one more step before. I need to find my stuff. Okay. Okay, here's the secret, right here. This is the secret. There's not really much secret to it, it's just common sense, but double stick tape, and you can pick this up at the Dollar Tree. Just the little things of double stick tape, no problem whatsoever. Pick it up at the Dollar Tree. You don't need a lot. I keep it in larger quantities than that, but in fact, it'd probably be cheaper if I just got it at the Dollar Tree in the first place. I don't know. And then all I'm doing is going around in the middle of where my seams will probably be. It doesn't have to be. I just figure it probably makes sense to do that. I mean, there's no reason why I have to be going through that with my needle if I don't need to. Because I am going to put double seams on this to make it look like it's manufactured that way. Alright, done with that. Okay, I just peel back those backers. Okay, simple as that. So take your pocket. Make sure I'm in my camera, hopefully. I'm about the bottom side, about the middle of the pocket on my inseam. Somewhere around there. I just basically hit the center of the pocket on the inseam, and usually you have a point, and I hit that on the inseam. That literally is how that works. Now, most people think that this is the problem. It's not the rest of it that I just showed you. It's the sewing of it that you'd have to like take out the seam or some other crap like that, or take it out from the other side. No, you don't. This stuff is high enough up, it really isn't that big of an issue. It's a little bit fiddly, but it's not bad, okay? So now we're going to go over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to show you how I do it. And hopefully I'll figure out a way, because this is always challenging, trying to give you a good shot. I'm going to try, okay? I'm trying my best, guys, to give you a good shot. But that literally is what it's going to look like, minus, of course, that I'm going to have it sewed. But that holds it in place, that way you're not worrying about pins, any of that stuff. Anyway, so let me see what I can do about the camera angles to give you a good shot of how I do this. Just give me a minute, all right? So I'm at my sewing machine. Now, a couple of things that I did here. One is I set it up with a heavy needle. So this is a denim. I would have to say it's probably an 80-12. Might even be a 90-12. I can't remember which one I used, but I set it up with a heavy needle. I'm using my regular presser foot. It's no big deal. I did select some gold-ish. It's close enough to bring that into the camera angle, so that way it matches more or less what I've already got, because I have it. The back thread doesn't matter because nobody sees it. And I took the arm off. If your machine has the capability of taking the arm off, it just gives you a little bit more room. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're just going to scooch your jeans under that presser foot. Now, you might be able to see a little bit here. I'm trying to show you that I'm literally just pulling back on that top stuff. And you're going to just make sure that what you have left underneath that, where you're actually sewing, because remember, you don't have to necessarily worry about the whole way around being clear at a time. You just have to worry about where you're sewing. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to align my needle with where I want that inside to start. Let me see if I can show you a smidge better. I don't know. I'm really working on these angles. And it ain't easy, y'all. So I'm aligning that on the inside, because I'm going to do the inside seam first, go across, do the outside seam second, okay? All right. So we'll go ahead and go down into my denim. Now I'm set up with the straight stitch, running it at 2.5 for my stitch distance. And I want to back stitch on that piece. And remember, you're going through a lot of fabric here, so give your machine a chance to do its job and just walk it. All right. Now what I want to do is I can pretty much feel as I'm working through the denim that I don't have anything in the way. The only thing that could possibly get in my way is the pocket, which would be a good idea to just go ahead and pull outward with, just in case yours are fashioned to where you have a really long pocket. Just pull it out of there. I've got a little fuzzy that wants to be there, and I really don't want it in the end product. So I'm going to try to get rid of it. There we go. All right. All I'm going to do is just sew around that, trying to keep it straight because it is a different color than the denim, so it's considered a top stitch. Now I can still feel where my other pieces of denim are coming in. And I can tell that it's not in the way of the pocket. So I'm just following that line. I'm walking it at this thick part, not to mention I know I want to stop right on that corner where the old seam of the pocket stopped. Now, I'm just turning it, checking again to make sure I don't have anything extra in that seam, and continue on. I'm just checking. I keep on checking with my hands to make sure nothing slipped into being in the way. I mean, it's not like you can't just take out the seam and then, you know, patch it up a little bit if it does happen, because seriously, that's exactly what you do. You take out the seam, you patch it up, you go over it a little bit again, as if nothing happened, and you just don't have a contiguous seam around it. So what? Nobody's going to know but you. Coming up to that corner again, and I'm going to turn my work. A couple more pieces of fuzzy I don't want sewed into it. There we go. Alright, I've got... Now, what I'm going to do here, I know it gets really thick right here, but I also know I want that top part of the seam to be attached to the jeans properly. Okay, now, leaving your needle down. Now walk that across. Depending on what kind of machine you maybe you've got a super powerful one, it doesn't even matter. But most people don't. Mine's not even bothering with the thicknesses. It's because I have a good needle on it. It's sharp. Lift your presser foot. I'm just using the knee lift on mine. So just in case you're wondering how am I lifting that, I have a knee lift on this machine. Okay, now I'm just going to trace that back. Same line as where it was seamed before. You can tell the dark blue on that. And you can tell the dark blue where it was because it didn't fade. And just follow it along. And you noticed how nice that double stick tape is? I mean, that thing is just like, stuff doesn't even move around. Now, you wouldn't be able to, you can't do like the seams themselves with double stick tape. It's not like it goes without sewing, but it sure does. Well, one thing, it basically makes it to where I don't have to baste every stinking thing I sew. Alright, let's keep on going. Remember, we got a seam coming up here. We do kind of want to make sure that the direction's right so it's consistent. So I can feel where it was. So that way I lay it down right. There we go. Turn that again. Follow. Alright, now we're going to come up on that last leg. We're just moving the stuff around. I'm constantly feeling with my hands that nothing's in the way. But maybe you understand now that the fact is that just because it's a leg of a pants does not necessarily make it that big of an issue. My pocket's out of the way. I'm just making sure everything's where I still want it. And that double stick tape is just keeping that pocket in place. Alright, now we're coming up on the thick stuff again. So I want to walk that just because I want to be nice to my machine. I need it to last me. Alright, and I want to go ahead and go across the top again with that. Alright, and I'm going to come back down into that seam just to secure everything good. I'm also seeing that my back stitch was probably a little too loose just because of the way that the material thickness was, so I'm going to put another back stitch into it. Alright, landing at the top so that way all my threads are in the right place. Undo that, and don't go too far before you start trimming threads. Trim that. Now remember, we've got threads on the underside. So you can do it this way by pushing that in, or if it doesn't matter how much thread you use, it just doesn't. Here, before I stab myself, because those are stabby ones. Alright, now I've got threads on the other side. And one of them happens to still be connected to the machine, so we want to trim it. Alright. Now we've got, so there you have it. One right-handed media pocket. Perfect for your phone to slip right into. Simple as that. It's perfect. Okay. So, anybody can do this. Okay? Hopefully that helps you. Alright, so here you go. There is a perfect pocket. I'd put my phone in it, but it's busy doing my top-down shot. Because I've still got to figure that out. I've still got to figure out how to make that better. I haven't had the solution yet. So I'm just using my phone for right now. Anyway, so looks like it's always been there because it's a little faded, but we kind of like our jeans faded, don't you? Anyway, I think you're really gonna like if you have your have a media pocket on your favorite jeans. I know that every time I've ever went someplace that I've had that there, people have went, oh, that's so cool, I got to do that, and then they just don't, and I honestly don't have a clue why. So anyway, thank you for watching and sticking with me. Hopefully this helps you, and we got some more stuff coming soon. I have a feeling my next one is going to be my circular knitting tips and tricks and things, how to solve some issues, because apparently I can't stay on a subject very long. So spend time with family, do what you enjoy, make some things easier. Number one tip, go create something. Have a great one.